Africa is a very charming land. Perhaps it's more attractive because it is unfamiliar. Also, there are countless missionaries who brought God's words. What made them bring God's words into this land?
Well, basically, the Great Commission is a mandate for us as believers that we're to go into all the world and make disciples, teaching them to obey all that Jesus has commanded. We know from the early church that they started in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the ends of the earth.
Devi came to this unknown place called Zambia, Africa, from the United States of America in order to accomplish the Great Mission. Here in Africa, there are many missionaries who are working for God's nation besides Devi. People fulfill their missionary duties as doctors, nurses, or as teachers.
They are whole by giving them the best health service I can provide at that time so that they are capable of hearing the gospel.
Nursing is a very important area of missions because it focuses, it's a way of showing God's love practically.
I enjoyed teaching. It was wonderful to come to Africa and feel that people really appreciated it and wanted it, and there was so much I could give. So that was obviously an open door, and I knew as well that there was a great shortage of science teachers, and that was something I could do, and it would open the door to many other things in terms of sharing the gospel as well.
She's an elite among elites who studied physics at Oxford University, but she currently resides in an outskirts of Mozambique. God called a lady who grew up sheltered in England, and she answered to God's calling.
I was immensely privileged to go to one of England's best universities, and in many other ways as well, and I know that I'm a steward of what God has given me, both in terms of any intellectual ability He's given me, any other gifts He's given me, and the quality of education He gave me. So I look at that as something to be given back to God. God has called every single Christian to be involved in the Great Commission.
She lives in the barren Africa, but not all of Africa is like this. The stereotypes people have towards Africa include poverty, rebellion, drought, famine, jungle, and wilderness. But missionary expertise say it's not always the case.
When people look at Africa from the outside, often they see the negatives. And there certainly are negatives. There is poverty and there has been war over the last decades in quite a number of the countries. But obviously there's problems in every continent in the world. And some of the issues that people are struggling with in America or Europe are different to here.
I've traveled all around the world telling people stories or being with teams where people's stories are being told. And we need to be open to where it is He wants us to go. I came to Africa, my husband and I came to Africa. It's not easy. It's not like what a lot of people think it's going to be like. I didn't wear flowered skirts all the time and dress really poorly. And we didn't live in a hut, and I didn't fetch water at a well or any of that.
Africa is continuously growing and advancing. Many new cities are being built as we speak, and in 2010, the World Cup was held in South Africa. So there's a great need, and a lot of people are needed as well. They need people who can train them with God's words. There are a lot of needs in many areas.
So people who take medical training like Bachelor of Science nurses, doctors, physician's assistants, they can come into Africa and they can help with keeping people alive.
Help people to realize that what God can do through them. So we are looking for farmers, we are looking for nurses, we are looking for builders, we are looking for carpenters, we are looking for anybody. We can do vocational skills, we can do all kinds of things. So imagine what the future of these people will be like. When you respond and you come and you pioneer something that these people desperately need right now.
But this higher education is usually held only in universities. So professionals who have graduated from universities are needed more and more. However, universities these days have turned into a job training center. Moreover, many university students have lost the meaning of their life and just let the time take care of it.
The way people in the world think about our lives and our career, it's always aimed at we're studying to get a job, to earn lots of money, to have a nice house and a family, and that's our aim in life.
You grow up, you go to college, you get married, you get a job, you make money, and then you die. You know, if that's all you know, that's a really small world. And there's so many things you can do in the world to make the world a better place.
Why would you want to be an average person living in mediocrity? You know, there's so much more out there. You know, go get a chance to go out, get a chance to go visit another country, cross a border, you know, go across to another culture, take a look at the needs. And if you're listening, and if you're observant, and if you're watching, you know, you will come to a place where God will start prompting you about what you could potentially do.
I think it's really good to get out of our comfort zone, get kicked out of the nest, go see what it's like in Mozambique, go see what it's like in China, go see what it's like somewhere else, get exposed to other things in the world, so then the choices you make in life are based on a whole different set of stuff.
To people who are lost and cannot find what God holds in store for us, and wanting to experience the strong faith in God, I recommend Short Missionary Trip.
Whatever your skill or passion is, you can use those things to serve God.
It can be used for to serve God and do His work.
Let's dare to be different.
Your skills can be used.
Please come and join us. Come and help us finish this work.
Short-term missionary. It's a chance of blessing.